Did you know that it was treasonous to hire an attorney? That's right. By the very definition of hiring an attorney, you are giving your power of attorney away, meaning you're giving up your sovereignty. See, the bar attorney is a private-for-profit corporation aligned to the Crown, British Accredited Registry. So inasmuch as that the bar attorney is working for a foreign entity called the Crown, when one gives up their sovereignty to a bar attorney so that the bar attorney can speak on their behalf, what they've inadvertently done has now committed treason against their true self-sovereignty. See, in the true republic, one needs not an attorney. They can have an assistance of counsel. An assistance of counsel is noted in the 6th Amendment of the Constitution for the United States of America, meaning you can go to those that you entrust who know the law, and this goes all the way back to biblical principles where even Moshe had his counsel, his brother Aaron, and so on and so forth. But anyway, you can have an assistance of counsel to guide you in what is law. A bar attorney doesn't study law. A bar attorney studies process, procedure, and policy. And as a result of that, they are separate from the law because their first interest is to the court. We're going to talk more about that on Hidden Truth News. On Rumble, we'll bring in even more documentation to verify this and prove it. But the general overview of this is that once you give up your power, literally power of attorney, which is your own ability to decide for yourself, you've now subjected yourself to another, and therefore you are no longer sovereign. And when you hire a bar attorney, because the bar attorney is aligned to the bar, and the bar is a private-for-profit corporation going all the way back to the Vatican, and then the courts are actually private-for-profit corporations. You can look up every court on Duns and Bradstreet to find their Duns and Bradstreet number. And if the court is an agent of the state, and the state is a private-for-profit corporation, well, the whole purpose of a corporation is to profit. So if the court is an agent of the state and the public defender gets paid by the state and the prosecutor gets paid by the state or represents the state, already there's 3 conflicts of interest. And then when you give up your power of attorney, meaning your sovereignty to make your own decisions and speak on your own behest, then now the public defender or even your own hired defender who is aligned to the bar, which is devoted to the court, now doesn't have your interest at heart. So it's a conflict of interest. So a bar attorney isn't there for your best interest. It's there for the private-for-profit corporation to make profit and will utilize your case and open up what they call a whole new CUSIP number. And we can get more into that tonight when we go on Rumble. But it's they creating bonds. And when they create a bond for your case, now they're profiteering off of your case, which is why they demand for you to get an attorney. Because a living, breathing man or woman, one who's sovereign, needs not one to represent them. They can speak on their own behest. And if they speak on their own behest, well, then the corporation has no authority over them. In other words, everything is contract. And once a person, meaning a corporation, signs over their power of attorney, they've now subjugated themselves to the court. In other words, they've contracted with them. And as a result of that, they've given away their self-sovereignty. When one speaks on their own behest, they haven't contracted with anyone. And therefore, the court has no authority over them because there's no contract. That's why they demand for you to get an attorney. You must get an attorney. You must fill out our forms. You must. Because they need a profit from the transaction. That's all a court is a business transaction. It's a bank. So having said all that, these are some food for thought before you go hire yourself a public defender or an attorney. and give them $20,000, or even a public defender who doesn't have your best interest in heart, do some research. We're going to delve more into that tonight. This is Jay. Talk soon.